EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Kansas City Chiefs. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. First carry for Josh Jacobs.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Butker now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there for the Raiders. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
44 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Max Crosby in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd, eluding the pressure right.
That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes gonna let one fly for Robinson.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
To throw, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelce has it over the middle. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says we're going for it on 4th down.
They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Max Crosby able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash, this from 53.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Now here's Mahomes. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merritt.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On second down now, Ash. 65 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Man open, that's Henry Ruggs.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And to give this time to the tailback. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Ash, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. Oh, and Edwards-Helaire, I don't think he got there. He did not. They'll stop him short.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make this a second down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. They're going to look to throw.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And this is caught inside the 5.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs.
His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season.
And the Raiders are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
They find some open field here. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
87 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Mahomes going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
Mahomes will throw for it.
Flushed out right. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. And that'll make this a 10-point game. And that was the old QB one-man band play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves. Remember way back when Joe Namath against the Giants at the Yale Bowl, right? Remember Joe had all those knee operations. They thought he couldn't run it. No one accounted for him. He practically walked into the end zone.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Man open is Robinson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. They fake the give. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. They'll keep it on the ground. Ash. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. On 3rd down, Ash. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Not a whole lot of room to run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the great move.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Las Vegas, they continue to show they're playoff ready as they move to 13-3 with 1 game remaining.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City,
they fall back to 500, 8-8 on the year.
And they will look to turn it around next time out. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.